Hi, I'm Barry Coffing with MusicSupervisor.com, and we get artists. If you are an independent artist just getting started, check out Go Produce.
Yes, smartest. What's up? This is Barry Coffing. Barry Coffing started MusicSupervisor.com and We Get Music with his musician and filmmaker friends in a basement bedroom. I apologize. We Get was a little bit later, but we'll get into that. No pun intended. They used their own song catalogs and short movies that needed music. And when they needed songs outside of that, they started to build a better mousetrap. We'll look a little bit more into that as well. After asking the right questions, they figured out the easiest way to execute this process. 10 years later, they grown into 10,000 indie labels, 200,000 tracks, and thousands of different placements. With their Springboard festivals and music conferences, they're finding the best music or indie music across the world, and they're bringing it directly to the marketplace. Smartest, this is Barry Coffing.
Thanks, Grumpy.
Hey, Grumpy, he's doing a great job from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, great. And so, we've actually updated those numbers a little bit.
Oh,
so
let's hear them.
Yeah, we're currently up to 18,000 labels from 78 countries around the world, and the library is over 300,000 tracks. And
well,
so
look
we're
at
pitching.
me getting the wrong information here.
In other words,
so
do
you.
your research, man.
You took it from an old website, but we're revamping all that. But we pitch an average of 10 to 15,000 tracks a month, and the last 30 days we've pitched 150 projects. So we are very active. But it's like a lottery ticket, man. The amount of times we got to get people heard to get them in. Woo! Not pretty.
I hear that. There's repetition to it, consistency. Wow. Okay. Well, on that note, let's jump right into it. I got a couple of the numbers wrong, but we'll hear a little bit more about you with the basics.
I see.
It's the basics. Yes. So I don't know if you think that maybe the Grumpy Sound Guy has a potential in sync licensing. Maybe he could get that into like a bigger promotional deal, the basics soundtrack.
I think so. Well, the thing is as someone who's made $750 with the tuba playing the wedding march, I believe that there's a place for Grumpy Sound Guy.
There's a place for
Thank you.
Hey,
definitely.
We got this.
I need to make $750.
You could make money. You too.
Please ask me how much they paid me for these transition sounds.
Please don't.
They got what they paid for, right?
Fair enough. Awesome. Okay, so Barry, there's a whole lot of different things that you can do with your life, but why did you choose music, the music industry, over anything else?
There's only one reason to choose the music industry, and it's because you love it. Because then if you love making music, it's one of the best, most fun jobs you can do. It's got its challenges, but I get up every day thrilled to go to work, and not to, I've dug ditches before. I've done these other things, never got up happy to go to work. So to me, I think that's the secret about it. If you're doing it for the money, there are way better ways to make money in way easier ways. If you do it because you love it, you'll be thrilled.
Absolutely. I like that you said that you did other things. It's not like, ooh, finally this person has made it and like they were born to be an artist. They've sacrificed a lot, and they've probably done other kinds of roles in order to supplement their careers to get to that point. So like it's actually an active decision that one has to make to step away from these other kinds of traditional jobs to enter the world.
There's two things, in the world today, the two things that I think that I may not agree with. DIY, I think, is a crock. No one ever did it themselves. If the Beatles didn't have a great producer and a great manager, they'd still be singing in a brothel in Berlin. So I just don't agree with that. And I also, to a certain extent, I don't agree with the artist hobbyist, where you go and do your day job and you're going to do your art at night. It's a way to do that if that's where it fits in for you. But if you think you're going to do great things because you're freed up because you've got a day job, it's a little bit like you got to go all in if you're going to do this. And the best day job to me is another thing in the music business. So while I did stuff when I was a kid, once I became an adult, I was playing in wedding bands. I was writing jingles. I was doing producing records. I was touring, everything you could do with music, because that's a job that builds your skills for what you're doing. It's like if you want to be, not everybody can be an NFL quarterback, but can you be in professional football? Can you make a living in football? Yeah. Same thing with music. You're in no danger of being Beyonce tomorrow, but can you make a nice living for your family? Yeah, you can. And you'll still be in the music business, but don't pretend like you can control that you're going to be a rock star,
Yeah.
Because you're not. There's an element of luck. There's also knowing what Beyonce's life was like. You wouldn't want that. I mean,
it's rigorous. It's
rigorous.
Olympic. It's like Olympic.
Well, you
level.
get up and they dress you, they take you. They pick your food, they pick your time schedule. You just get up and do what they say. And like, after 18 months of someone doing everything, when you come off the road, half these people, it takes them 6 months to turn into a human again. You don't have to do anything. No one's going to wake you up and get you out of bed. No one's going to dress you. No one, you're a show pony, a really expensive one. But but that's not, no one accidentally becomes that famous. You have to work at it, and you have to give an incredible amount of effort to be that. So no one, I don't want everything. All the fame. Yeah, you're not in any danger, dude. Trust me.
Yes, no, it's legitimate. It's legitimate though. Okay, that's it. You make a good point. The hobbyists, the people that have their day jobs doing whatever else, fair. If that makes you happy, so be it. But realize, even the amount of effort that you're going to be putting in, you're not necessarily going to get that all back. You're going to have to give in more than that which you receive. So there's a lot of give and take to that.
Well, to take that in the real world, hey, I always want to be a doctor, but not really doctor all the time. So I'm just kind of doctoring on the weekends and on the, what other thing would you like an answer on?
Exactly.
Like if you're doing your wedding, do you want somebody who is an accountant during the week and plays in a band at night? Or do you want some guy that's all he does is weddings? Get a pro.
I was talking to someone about this actually. Do you want to be good at all of the different things, like have a multifaceted tool belt, which in itself is kind of neat? Or do you want to be the guy that people go to for drilling,
Yep.
For example.
Yeah.
Out of all of your time in the music industry itself, what is the first lesson that you've learned? One that stuck out to you?
I'll tell you the things I believe in. I believe in, regardless of what you're getting paid, when you commit to do something, you do your best work. You do the best that you can possibly do. When I don't respect people that go in and go, hey man, they only gave me $1,000, so they get $1,000's worth of my work. Yeah, don't take the job then. To me,
you hear that grumpy sound guy?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean it's because
I always do my best work.
Yeah, it's a people business, and you want to talk about branding. The first brand is this guy. He's a great guitar player. He shows up on time. He knows his stuff. He's the guy. Your reputation. It's a small world, man. And really you build that. The first thing you build is the integrity in what you do. And also being willing to say, you know what, I'm not very good at that. Being able to talk yourself out of a job. There's other people, I can do that. I can do everything. And you get in there and then you disappoint people. And I'm not saying that you can't go stretching and say, hey, look, I've never scored a movie before, but I would love to try on this. And if it doesn't work out, you guys can fire me. Be honest about the talent level you're at. But I think it's really always doing the best work so that you're making a brand for yourself that someone that is professional, that people can rely on. I mean, there's always crazy things that happen, but also do great work. And then you can, artistically you can branch out. I don't think there's anything wrong. I sort of in my own career, it's a little bit of career suicide. I had about 10 years where I would score one TV series, score one movie, do one giant industrial thing, 2 records and a bunch of singles, and that would be my year. And I loved it creatively. Because every time I got cocky, I'm tired of these 3-minute pop songs. Yeah, I'd go score a movie and go, yeah, I want to go pop songs. Please let me write pop songs. I used the scoring movies to humble myself, which it is very humbling. And but it made me around LA. You could talk to 5 different people, and they would say I was 5 different guys. Oh, that's Barry's a great songwriter. Oh, what a producer. Oh, this guy can score. Hey, man, this guy can really write a song. And you don't really, the guys who, again, it's brain surgeons get a lot more money than a general, regular doctor. So if you could specialize in something, it's tying into what you said, being the best driller. If you want to be smart financially and stuff, there's something to being an expert at a certain thing.
Very true. Very true. I've seen that, and I've heard that from a lot of our guests in the past. What do you do? What would you recommend doing, or what did you do at the beginning? Like you said, you jumped around in that 1 year to scoring, to recording, to songwriting, all of these different kinds of things until it was a point where you found more so your niche. What would you recommend to the individual that doesn't necessarily know what their dramatic or their point of interest is? Do you recommend jumping around like what you did, or how would you go about doing it?
So with my company, we have an internship program, and this summer we had 17 interns from Berklee School of Music. And what we did is we have a bunch of things that we're doing. So we've got music supervisor where we're doing the supervision thing. We've got all the social media and marketing assets for that and all of our other companies. We've got a conference and a festival that we do we're doing these 3 times a year. We've also got a new software. We're developing a music discovery and streaming platform for independent artists. So we have all these things. So we just said, okay, guys, just like you're auditing a class, we're going to invite you to every meeting. There's one of these meetings every day. Pick the ones you want to go to. One of the things I kind of believe is find a place of passion. If you can, when you talk to these people, you can find out what they're really excited about. Go find something you like doing, and then figure out how to get paid for it. So we had them do that. And some of the people went in thinking they wanted to be a music supervisor, took one look at being a music supervisor and went, I'm out of here. But I love working on the festival. Other people that, man, I just love the social media. I would rather have a root canal than do social media, So you got to find a place in the business that you like. And so we've had really good success in helping guide people into that. Take a look at it, audit the class basically. And once you see how it really works, because there's a way people think everything works, and then there's the way it really works. And a lot of times it can be really radically different. 100%. Don't believe when you read an article about that, that's the hype. Very few people got discovered in a malt shop.
Yeah.
The overnight success. Yeah. The 10-year overnight success. Don't believe that either. Hollywood wants to tell you a great story. Doesn't mean that
they're in the business of doing that. They're doing just that.
They do it well,
Yeah. No, it makes sense. If anything, would you change anything in the music industry?
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, lay it on us.
Well, you guys have caught me at a bad time because we're seeking funding, so I know every stupid number known to man about the music business. Now, this will probably be good for about 15 minutes, but I think what we found in the music business, or this is my theory, we are being strangled by almost like a 3-headed monster. We have the stuff. We have obviously the record labels. They're in the music business, but they're in their music business. They want their artists played, their music, not your music. So they do everything to rig the game for them. Then you've got, the Spotifys of the world. They use music as a lost leader. They're using music to sell advertising, to draw eyeballs, and to build their audience. So they don't really care about us either. Then the most insidious of all, you've got social media. And it is horrible. You couldn't even do this to people. Like, one of the things we got is, let's get the new Facebook, Instagram algorithm. And I love these terms, like only politicians are the only other guys who use terms like this. Your organic reach. Now as a lyricist, you got to love that word. But if you would like to use an accurate thing, your artificial limiting is set to 5%. So 5% of all your people, if you've got 1,000 fans, and you do a post when I'm dropping my new record, please don't believe that Facebook or Instagram are showing your 5,000 people. They're showing 50 of them. If they engage and interact and it's good for Facebook or Instagram, they'll show you a few more. If you pay them money, you want to boost this post? Yeah, I'd like to reach all 1,000 of my people. Give me 1,000 people. Oh, we'll give you 1,000 people. They won't be your people. There's some of your people and some people we've chosen at random. And can you imagine any other thing where you build up a mailing list of your fans, and when you go to send out, you've got a new mailing list program that goes, only send it out to 5%. Which 5%? We don't know. Be random about it. Who could fight that battle and win? So those three things, when you put them together, they're a big problem. And so there's also things that they do. Like I could go into all the crazy numbers, but the bad news is that it's really that the United States music accounts for $170 billion in economic impact per year in the United States.
It's no small.
The average musician makes $35,000. So those are straight from the Grammy. Yeah, those are it. Now, in the meantime, while we're all starving, the major labels are making $2.4 million an hour from streaming. 84% of all their income comes from streaming. So there's no money in streaming. Yeah, there is. Spotify's valued at $72 billion.
Did you hear that Daniel Ek recently moved or proposed that they give artists even less per stream now?
You're kidding, really?
No, yeah, they're determining this for 2023 to 2027, the next term.
Yeah, so what you're talking about is the songwriting thing. And that is really effed up. So here's the problem. Yeah. How detailed do you want to get? But these are beginning artists, but whatever. The only people who can't negotiate in good faith are songwriters and publishers. What they have to do right now, somebody decides at what's called a rate court. So every time when you did iTunes, and they sold it for 99 cents, basically in the ballpark of 10 cents went to the writer and publisher. That was determined by a rate court. So what happened is 4 years ago, with all the streaming money, the songwriters and the publishers said, hey, man, we're not getting enough. So they went before a rate court, which is 3 judges, and said, we need more money. And they said, wow, you guys really deserve more money. Let's give them a 40% raise. Let's get them up to like 15 cents or 15% of the revenue in streaming. And immediately when they did that, they were met with a triple lawsuit from Amazon, Google, and Pandora. Apple's the only one who didn't join. They blocked it, so that never was implemented. They won the lower court ruling, but they've lost the upper court ruling. It's not in effect. And now we're about to negotiate again. And the secret things leaking out, what you're talking about, is like one of the guys from representing the publishers had a hissy fit about 48 hours ago. He got a look at what they filed, and he can't say everything. It'll come out in the next week or so. But they basically F you on the 40% raise. They want to go back to the 10 point whatever. They want to go back to 10%. And with Spotify, they want to go 10% of what? Well, not everything, because we have podcasts now. So let's reduce the number of things we pay out. Like, why should I pay a musician if it's a podcast? And then Apple, they make money off of iPhones. It's a lost leader for Apple and Amazon because they don't care. And Google, they don't care. So getting 10% of something they can afford to lose money on, they just lower the prices. And so this guy's having a hissy fit. Yeah, so that's what you're talking about. So they have no intention of paying us properly. Well, but let me give you something. I'll give you the last bit of crazy news to insult you further.
All right, and then we'll switch segments,
Yeah, somebody went over to the UK from Google, and they announced how much and what the numbers are for YouTube. And we've always known it's the number one music discovery site in the world. Every month, 2 billion with a B people go on YouTube looking for music. So I've known that number. We didn't know exactly what they were doing, what kind of money. Here's the numbers. 25% of every listening hour on YouTube, they are listening to or watching music. Another 25%, it's movies, games, and other things. But let's just go with just the music part. That means that 250 million hours a day are being consumed on music. And then somebody else lets slip, guess what? Hey, we've got our last quarter's ad revenue. Well, if a quarter of the time they're listening to music and we've got the quarter of the ad money, I'll bet you they would just line up perfectly. They make $7 billion off of music advertising. Now, as a young artist, if you want to get some of that ad money, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 aggregate hours of watching before they'll give you the first taste of the ad money.
That sounds fair, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Where can I sign up?
Oh, man.
All right, so let's get onto your let's do a lightning
speed
round. Yeah, let's do speed round.
That's a heavy way to end. Yeah, no, I mean it makes sense though. Yeah.
But with that being said, there's a boatload of money there. Like the streaming can make a lot of money, and that's one of the things we're looking at. So, as an independent artist, the thing I would advise you is there was a period of time where they go crank out the content, do everything, do demos, do this, and just put the music out there. With 45,000 new songs being uploaded to Spotify every day, we don't need any more bad music. So
take the time
make
to refine it.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Spotify, they punish you for not putting out new music every 90 days. They have no clue what it takes to put out a great recording. If you can't put a new album out every 90 days. And even putting a single, you can't make money off of singles. We never could. But the biggest thing, if you're going like number one thing that says you're in the music business, and now that we're opening up from COVID, if you can put butts in seats to see you play, you're in the music business no matter what anybody says.
That's what you're doing, yeah.
You could sell 100%. A hard ticket, $10 a month or $5 at the door. They will come see me. You're in the music business.
Let's go. Yep, let's do business. I like that.
So that's one of the things. But you have to do great stuff. The other thing too is, I'm going to learn this program. Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But you're up against guys like me. Like the last record I did
doing the program.
Yeah, it was like I was there when the program was invented. Embarrassingly enough.
Right.
But bring in pros, man. Like I've started doing that even with marketing. Here's my social media person. Here's my this, and people will work for less money if they know they're working with a pro organization. You can get a good deal on some of the best guys, and you'd be shocked at how much money you save by hiring somebody who knows what they're doing. Like the big joke is, you think I'm expensive? Hire an amateur. See what happens when you get some idiot who blows your money.
Exactly. Yeah. Nick end up spending the money on you again.
Yeah.
Barry, this is great. Let's jump into the speed round for time.
Go.
All right. So the speed round itself is I gotta play this thing. It's the speed round. It's the speed round.
Yeah, that was a terrible take.
And they kept that was a terrible take too.
Oh, it's a terrible take. Grumpy sound guy. That's jokes. Okay, so what we're doing in the speed round is I've got 20 questions for you, and they're just rapid fire. You have less than 3 seconds to answer each, and if you go past that, you're going to hear a buzzer that sounds like this.
Or this.
Grumpy sound guy, this is your cue to show the buzzer. You're going to hear a buzzer that sounds like this. Thank you. Did you hear that one?
Yes, I did.
Okay, awesome.
That was me putting up my shot just at the buzzer.
Hey.
Come on, man.
Clever guy. Okay, so, and then we justify afterwards, so we'll just get right into it.
Go.
What is your favorite activity to do?
Produce records.
What percentage of tracks are pre-cleared and ready to license on musicsupervisor.com?
95%.
What's your favorite meal?
Pizza.
Dead or alive, who would you like to have dinner with?
Oh shit! I'm gonna blow this. Buzzer me.
How much does it cost to register music on musicsupervisor.com?
Free.
Is water wet?
Yes.
Make the first sound that comes to your mind. What genres and styles of songs and scoring cues do you provide?
Everything you can imagine.
If movie is to watch, Netflix is to?
Netflix is to stream.
Do you have any nicknames?
Not really.
How did you celebrate the Browns' win over the Texans in late September?
Oh man, you trolled me. I had a great time. I was there at the opening thing, and it was fantastic.
Is this the best?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this the best interview you've had so far?
Of course. There's no one better than you, Lou. You're the first, the best, the most.
Wow. Well, we're done here. Do you prefer adventure or leisure?
Adventure.
You once lost an Emmy.
Yes. Horrible.
Who is an artist that you currently find the most exciting?
Walk Off the Earth.
Ooh, cool. The next round is on me. What are you having?
Next round is me. Oh, I'm having a dirty martini.
HSPVA was home to one of the greatest turning points in your life.
Yes.
Shout out Pat Bonner.
Yep.
Who's your all-around favorite person in the world?
My wife, of course, since she can probably hear me.
What is your favorite city?
I like Houston.
And can you imagine a world without music in it?
No.
Nah, no, bah. See you later. We made it through the speed round.
Yeah, I only blew one. Who would I want to have dinner with? Oh, gosh, that was like, yeah, they overwhelmed me on that because I had a glut on that stuff.
Oh, the dinner, yes. I don't personally. I don't know who I would choose right off the bat in the speed round. That's tough. But the reason I asked about the Emmy is the perspective that you shared it. You lost it, and it's AKA nominated. So tell us a little bit about that story.
That's because so you're making fun of my LinkedIn bio, which I lost jobs for that because they thought I wasn't serious enough. But I mean, to me, I think no one's paying me enough to have a bad time. And everybody goes out and goes, is it Emmy nominated this and that and that? They're going, Emmy nominated means you lost. Believe me, I was there. By 10 o'clock at night, 4 out of 5 people lost. And other people are dancing around with the coolest statue you've ever seen in your life. And you're going, that effing thing should be mine. So it is not happening. And I paid $350 a ticket to bring my parents, got the limo, did the whole thing. Hey, Mom, Dad, come watch me lose. It'll be great. Let's have some bad chicken and watch me lose. So that's why everybody goes, it's nice to be nominated. Yeah, you don't think that when you're there, man. Trust me.
Yeah. At least you can see the humor in it,
Yeah, I would say I'm an Emmy loser.
Oh, that's awesome. Grumpy sound guy. With that, on that bright story end, we'll jump into our next segment called What's Yo Take?
What's your take? Say what your take is. What's your take? Let me hear you say. What's your take? Can't hear you now. What's your take?
I'm sorry.
I liked the addition you had there. This is back to open discussion. We do have about, I say, like 20, 25 minutes left on the clock, roughly. Okay. So we're looking for your wisdom. And the theme that we've got essentially is, how do music supervisors and publishers elevate an artist's career? So we'll just keep that in mind.
Sure.
First question I got for you here is, you recently participated in a conversation on Clubhouse where the topic was, is the music business in a Great Depression or is it big boom?
Yeah.
What is your opinion on that from the perspective from an upcoming artist? Like, how can we use this information?
The music business, it is the Wild Wild West show. I subscribe to the Mark Twain quote, which is, history doesn't repeat, it rhymes. I think that we're about to go into a roaring 20s. We've got a whole generation of people who realize, just like they did in the 20s with the last pandemic, that your time on this earth is short. So the last time they did that, they partied so much we got prohibition. These guys are going to kill themselves drinking. Now they're going to make pot legal. Oh my God, lions and tigers and bears. So I think we're going to have some people that really want to party like it's 1999 at last. So I think there's going to be a real big part of that. And one of the jokes I always tell is, when you talk about music, the value of it, someday we will run out of oil. Someday there will be a cure for cancer. But as long as we are on this earth, there will be music. So it's the one thing that's not going away, in my opinion. So you're in a
That's
growth
awesome.
business.
That's awesome. Okay, well, enough said there. Can you break down the specific role of a publisher, and then how would they help elevate an artist? Whether they're like, what kinds of ways can a publisher help an artist?
So you've got independent guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the deal with a publisher. Real publishers that are going to give you advances and stuff like that. That's what they're doing. They're advancing money because they believe that your songs have great value. If someone's signing your publishing and they're not giving you any money, no advance, they're not doing you any favors. Don't take a publisher. I got a publisher. Man, that is, you have to have a publisher that's going to do a great job for you. And a real publisher, they go in, they say, okay, I'm going to give you $50,000 this year. You owe me 12 songs, 100%. And they're going to give you tip sheets. They're going to put you up with co-writes. Like the way a real publisher works is really a wonderful thing. However, that is not what's happening these days. Publishing is not near as vibrant. A publisher will come knocking on your door. You know when they wanted to sign me? Right after I wrote a #1 hit. Hey, we'd love to sign you. Yeah, you mean after I don't need you? And that's how you'll know it's a real publisher. If you're an independent artist, you've never had a hit, there's a really good... Publishers do not sign talent anymore. They sign business partners. There are two people that are getting signed right now. Somebody like me that can write and produce. They want to sign producers and they want to sign artists. Because if you sign an artist, you're going to get 12 songs on their record. If you're going to sign a producer, they're going to be working with all kinds of other artists. Me as a publisher has to do nothing, and I'm going to get a piece of all those because he's going to co-write on every record he works on. So today they're looking for partners. And the same thing with as an artist. Labels don't sign you for talent. There's no talent development. Indie labels will, but major labels, if you don't have 3 million spins on Spotify, a lot of them can't sign you. I know guys at major labels have to go gin up the numbers on the bands because they want to sign them because they're good, but the higher ups won't let them do it until they've got a bunch of shit going on.
That's interesting.
Wow. That's why I'm telling you what I really see.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It makes sense. Does it? Do you think it makes sense for an upcoming artist or producer to sign to a publisher to give themselves an extra boost, or is it like, let me be cautious about these kinds of deals because I obviously have to be a functioning business on my own because they want to be a partner? Yeah.
So it comes down to, if somebody's going to sign you, they're going to go, Big Lou, you are so talented. Oh my God, we love you. Marjorie loves you. Everyone thinks you're a hit. We want to sign you publishing. And you go, great. What's the advance? Well, we don't really have an advance, but we're going to work real hard for you. All right. If you insist on doing that, do an exit clause. 12 months out, if I don't like what you're doing, I take all my stuff and I go home. Have a reversion clause. Always, always, always. Once in a while, you got to trust people. Roll the dice if you feel real good about them, but always give yourself an escape hatch.
Interesting. So it's probably in your best interest, if you're trying to come up with any kinds of deal or any kind of contract, find yourself an entertainment lawyer before you sign anything.
Yeah. Don't ever sign anything without having a lawyer look at it.
Okay. And then how long would you say...
These problems that you're bringing up, most of your people don't have this problem. The number of people watching this that have the struggle of somebody wants to give me a publishing deal, one, either it's a bullshit deal, or two, they don't have that problem. Once in a while there'll be something good. That's not their big problem. What the real question is, how do I write a song that people start calling me about? There's two things in business. You can be a sales funnel where you try to suck everybody in. Look how great I am. Look how great I am. Or you could be a magnet where they're drawn to you. Hey, I'm just doing my thing. I'm writing songs and, I put it on this one artist and it just seems to be blowing up. So as a songwriter, you know what I would do? And this is what I advise. I call it the 3 ways to win rule.
Let's hear it.
You can't work any harder generally. If you're really a hardworking guy, you got to work smarter. So let's say I'm going to write a song. I want to write a song. I'm going to go, hey, I want to first off get as many partners as I can. Lou, you want to do a record. You want to get a record deal. I just want to write and produce. How about I write and produce something for you? I'm going to do it. You're going to donate your time. Maybe we'll split the recording cost. Maybe I'll front it, whatever. But you can have it, and I want to do it in the style that you love, that you are going to run out and play every place, and you're going to go try to get a record deal with that. But I also want the rights to give it to Barry because he's going to pitch it for film and TV. That helps both of us. Isn't that great? The third thing, if I go over and I find, Ed Sheeran's over staying at this hotel, I got a killer demo of Big Lou singing my song going, Ed, this should be for you. Not that Ed's going to do it, but you know what I mean? Now you got 3 ways to win. It acts as a great song demo because it's a master. You've got an artist running around trying to place it, make it famous, and you've got the ability to put it in film and TV. Any one of those things can help get you your money back and make your song and you more valuable. 3 ways to win. Demo, partner with an artist, pitch it to film and TV.
It's a fairly simple recipe. I mean, like, once you've got your product, do those things. It may not hit every single time, but get into the routine of doing that. And each time you get a little bit better and you're bound to win.
Well, and also, too, I've done that with artists. There's an artist that had very little money, and I did 2 songs on him, but I spent every dime. I wanted to have a horn section, so I had a sax player do 7 tracks and all this stuff. And my wife's going, why are you spending all this time? You're spending all the money. I'm going, because it sounds good. I'm doing it great. I want it to be great, And 2 years later, he goes, man, I just got asked to score a TV series, and I wanted somebody to work with, and I thought of you. And he and I ended up being partners. We did the music for The Pyramid with Donny Osmond, and it was 5-day-a-week game show, double airing in 40% of the markets. And for 2 years, we were making $150,000 each a year for not getting out of bed because I did a great job for him on his record.
Way back when.
That's
beautiful.
Yeah, it comes back, man. Maybe not always. Maybe this guy tells a friend. You don't even have to worry about that stuff. Always do a great job. Always, be a nice guy. Be true to your word. Nice guys do finish well.
Yeah. I like how you didn't say last because it's not the end.
Yeah,
it's not the end.
That's a great thing. If you're a composer, man, you can go on till forever.
Literally,
till you drop off.
As a composer, and you've got your experience, starting from baseline, like you've mentioned, what makes a song great? We don't have room for good songs anymore. We need to make great songs.
So I'll tell you what's much to my chagrin. 2/3 of it's the melody, the groove, the feel. Most people don't care about the lyric. I'm going to say 2/3 of them. I smell like I sound, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Yeah, really? I'm lost and I'm found. Wow. Is that great work of art? No. But the people that love lyrics, they're going to be the guys that listen to your music 1,000 times. The Adele songs and things like that, they will wear them out. They're harder to get placed, but good lyrics, I think everything means something. One of the biggest mistakes I see, there's structural mistakes, where you've got to learn what's an AAB format. When do you lead with the chorus? When do you do whatever? What do you want the song to do? Because everything means something. Every chord, every melody, every word. If you got a great lyric and it sings like shit, change the lyric. Sometimes I love you more than I can say is much better than the clever lyric you've got. If it doesn't sing well, you got to fix it. It's got to be singable. And you got to make sure that you're accenting the right syllable, because so many people like, I love you, baby. And then, you're going like, what? Like, what is it? I love you. Make the melody melt the lyric, Make sure that when it goes up, that's an important, there are important notes. The only thing I learned in music school in college, which I failed at twice, by the way, is a thing called an agogic accent. If you set a pattern and you break it, whenever you break it, it's accentuated. So it's, I want to tell you that I love you. Well, the love is the most important thing. It can be the reverse too. I love you very, very much. Whenever you break whatever you're setting, your ears are drawn. And at a certain point, it becomes a bag of tricks. Songwriting is not 2 + 2 = 4. It's Papa's got a brand new bag. Like, I wrote a song with an artist named Darby Shawn, and the song's called Ghost. And you can get it on Spotify. And it is the weirdest effing arrangement I've ever done. We couldn't think of any other way to do it. We do not do the second verse until after the bridge.
Oh.
And the whole time we're going like, does this feel right to you? Like, yeah, we didn't disagree, but it's a weird ass. I've never written a song like that, you know, and it was right for that song. So you need to know the rules, but you don't have to follow them. You know when you're breaking.
Yeah.
Be aware of them. Know that you're being crazy. The other thing too is you want to cheat and be commercial. Start with the chorus. You're doing something for radio. Boy, there's a number one cheat, because by the time, like normally radio, they want to make sure that you've got to have finished your chorus by the 1 minute mark. Well, if you start with the chorus, you might have finished 2 choruses. Songs right now are getting shorter. They're getting back to Beatley times. Like again, everything kind of cycles back around. But there's some tricks and stuff, and learning that the songwriting stuff can be really helpful.
So the songwriting stuff seems so fascinating, and like I have my fair share of it, and fortunately I haven't really encountered a situation where I'm butting heads with another songwriter or a co-writer. Perhaps you have. I'm curious to know how did you handle it, or how would you recommend handling a situation where you're in the studio, you're doing some work. I want to go in this direction. You're like, no, this is trash, and all of a sudden it's kind of an awkward separation. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, because I've written in a bunch of different ways. So yeah, the first thing is, who's the song for? If you and I are songwriters, but we're writing it for Grumpy Sound Guy, let's let Grumpy Sound Guy. Do you like his idea or mine? You know, that's a first way to break all ties. The other thing too is it's never wrong to try it. Okay, let's try it your way. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'm playing it. Okay, now let's do it my thing. Let's get a good running start. So you try to build a consensus going, what do you think? You can be ridiculous and try to do it both ways, but generally somebody gives way. And if it isn't, you go, and maybe since we can't see eye to eye on this, what do you say we start a different one? You know, why don't we just go back from scratch? Because if you want to turn this into a reggae tune, if we're going to do a reggae tune, let's change the lyric. Let's start, let's go do a reggae tune this way. But I try not to be in a big fight on the songwriting thing. And generally, it's very rare. I have a few people that like 3-way writes where you got 3 people. Most of the time, it's like all 3 ways. 2 people doing something, another person watching. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Yeah. So once in a while, you get where it's a real 3 people contributing.
Right.
That's always exciting. From a songwriting standpoint, you really legally are only writing the song if you write the melody and the lyric. There is no copywriting a chord or an arrangement. But with that being said, I've got a guy named Mark Hugenberger that I write a lot of jazz stuff with, and he was Natalie Cole's MD, an incredible piano player. So I'll do the melody, he'll do the chords. I've got a lyricist named Julius Robinson that works with me, a music supervisor. Mm-hmm. We write, he writes a great lyric. So I'll go and tweak his lyric. Mark will tweak my melody. I'll tweak his chords. Everybody does their thing. At the end of the day, it really has that a third feeling, And so that's always nice to do. I love doing that kind of stuff. And we've never had an argument. Like, it was like just easy.
Cohesive chemistry. I like that.
It was really good.
Awesome. We are getting near to the end of this segment. I do want to know a brief summary for the newer artists. Just give them a decent understanding of what a supervisor is and how they can begin interacting with them to elevate their careers.
So you've got to understand that a music supervisor can be a wide-ranging job. It can be a guy who, shut up, bitch, go get me a Doobie Brothers song, or it's you're a partner in the whole thing. You're breaking down the script, saying I hear reggae here and being treated like this. The two things, one thing you have to understand is a music supervisor is not the be-all, end-all in the music. When I pick something, like I'm supervised, I've got 5 projects that I'm directly supervising right now. And so I got to go, if it's a film, the generally the butt I got to kiss is the director. They've been working on that thing forever. They've got a vision. So I am there to communicate his vision and to translate. This guy couldn't talk to a composer if his life depended on it. You know, I just say in this kind of a club, I think they'd be listening to this. This age person would listen to that. This makes the scene happen. So I'm dealing with him. If you're in production on a TV show, the showrunner or the producer is the final say. Like with Walking Dead and all those things, they're on a production schedule. It's so tough that they've got 5 directors for the season. You're doing show 101, 105, 109. So you can't let 5 different directors pick the musical style. So the producer says, we're going for this. We know what this character likes. We knew this. So those are the power brokers. And if you're doing advertising, it's the ad agency. Do not, if you've got a great idea for Chevy, do not reach out to Chevy. Because if you reach out to Chevy and they love it and they take it to their big ad agency they're paying $1 million to, the ad agency is going to kill your idea and give them 500 reasons why it sucks. You really want to get it in Chevy? Look up go to Adweek, look up who the ad agency is, submit it to them. Hey, I've got this great idea for Chevy. Let them present it to their client that they're already making $1 million off of. So that'll save you a boatload. You go straight at the client, I've never seen it happen. Because you got a really smart guy. Once somebody tells you, you go, oh, yeah, I get it.
Right. It makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. Okay, perfect. On that note, we've got one final segment. This segment is called Clear the Air. Hey.
Let's stop recording. Cut.
All right.
I think he's just trying to get some screen time with that stuff.
You got me there. You're absolutely right.
His brand is grumpy guy talking. Quit it. Stop.
I am also the talent of the show.
The talents, the good looks.
Yeah, all of it.
All of it.
Once again, I see nothing wrong with grumpy sound guy's look. You know, he's got it.
He's got it going on.
He's dark, mysterious, you know.
Dark and mysterious. Very good adjectives. You're not misplaced adjectives. Clear the air. It's very quick. We've got 2 questions here. One is from a fan, one of our smartest, by the name of L. Markey. And then the second question is going to be coming from our very own grumpy sound guy. So let me share with you Barry's question. You're Barry. Let me share with you El Marquis' question.
Hello, Barry. My name is El Marquis. What does your creative process look like? What do you do on dead creative days? Does that help you recharge?
Yeah. Okay. So, my process is depending on what I'm working on. If I'm writing with an artist, obviously I'm having I try to be the shrink for the artist. And so I want to know what's their vision, what do they believe in, what do they love? Because if you aren't making the record the artist wants to make, they will abandon you. They will, even if it's the record they should make, if it's not the record they want to make, you're going to fail. So I try to make sure that I have the same vision as the artist in terms of writing for that project. If it's a film, I'm looking at the script, I'm clicking it out. So if I'm writing for a film, I certainly try to get the script, but I also try to get a hold of picture, and I'll put a click track on it. So you can put a click and go, door slam, car crash, here's what's going here. And once you get a tempo, then you start to kind of put some chords. Is it major? Is it minor? All that kind of stuff. If I'm just writing something from scratch, it's great for me to do. I like to work at midnight when I'm alone and sad. Sad guy writes much better songs. So that's my creative process. If I'm struggling with the creative process, first thing I do is change my environment. If I'm inside, I go outside. Swimming, walking, driving. Great things for writing lyrics. While I'm driving, your conscious mind is engaged. Then your subconscious mind goes, what about, that stuff. The other thing, too, is the number of great lines I've found going to the bathroom. Wait, I got the other line, Oh, my God. It's another thing where conscious mind is going, don't pee all over the floor, and subconscious mind just came up with a great lyric. Yeah. So some of those kind of things, but physical things that can kind of exhaust you, or go to the beach, go out in nature, anything to change your environment gives you a chance to come back. Because boy, I know about being creative on demand, man.
Reinvigoration.
You have to be able to get yourself back in that mode. The other thing I'll do is have three projects at once, where I'll go, I can't write on this song. Let me go work on this other one, because that's a way to extend it too. You can write on this, then I'll go back to this. So I like to have 2 or 3 projects. That's another way.
Bottom line, take a laxative. That helps.
Yeah. Spend more time in the bathroom.
Yeah. I won't say the number thing. That's a really good thing. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Or shit.
Yeah, I'm not going to say there's notepads around my toilet, but
that's jokes. And thank you, El Marquis, for your question. That was a phenomenal question. Very phenomenal response. Now, Grumpy Sound Guy, can you share your question, please?
Barry, I'm curious. What do the Royal Studios Memphis and Boo and Willie's Mitchell Grammys mean to you?
You caught me fondling them. So, all right. So I do have a thing for fondling other people's awards. My best fondling job was I was with the lyricist who wrote Titanic, and he also wrote just a bunch of, like, Will Jennings has written like a ton of hits, and I used to sing his demos. So I said, all right, I'll sing this demo, but I get to fondle your Oscar and your Emmy. So I did fondle them. The Oscar's heavier. The Emmy's good. Grammys are way a third. But I love fondling the awards. The great thing about that studio is that the grandfather had won, he did all the Al Green stuff. And so Boo and Una Mitchell, they are the grandkids, and they're running the studio. And so they got one for the Uptown Funk, or Boo did. Right. So I was holding Boo's and his grandfather's, kind of, I don't know. That studio is so historic, man. I love going in there. Like, that's awesome. If those walls could talk, holy crap.
Yeah. I got to make my way over there one day. Let's see if it happens. That was Grumpy's question. Barry, we are at the end. Do you have any final words?
No, I would say, I think music is in flux, but boy, we need music. We need things to bring us together now more than ever.
Agreed.
And so keep an eye out. We've with musicsupervisor.com, we're about to roll out something called we can't say what it is, but we're going to be doing a new streaming and discovery site that will pay 5 times more than Spotify. So,
you've got my attention. I'm considering moving away from Spotify in a little bit, but that's a whole other topic. Musicsupervisor.com, is that the best place to find you? Anywhere else?
Yes. Yeah, that's the best place, and I'm not hiding. If you can find me on LinkedIn and all that stuff.
Okay.
If I'm doing business to business stuff, I like LinkedIn, and I like emails in terms of preferred contact, because I've got all these folders. I get 100 emails a day. Listen to my song, that kind of stuff. So the other thing to do is, if you're going to be reaching out to people for that, do a little research, find out what they're working on. Like, if you're going to go approach a supervisor directly, do not go, hey, what are you looking for? We get emails like that every single day. And here's my tip. If you're going to cold call people, there's 3 things that get you to really have something happen. One is, Big Lou said you were good. If you've got a friend that they respect, tell them I sent you. First thing that'll get me to listen to your stuff is you're referred by somebody I know and respect. Second thing, amazing photo. If I see an amazing photo where I'm going, like, I may only listen, I get 100 emails, I may listen to 2 or 3 songs a day. Because I can't, if I sat there and listened to songs, I wouldn't get my work done. But if I see an amazing photo where I go, man, I got to hear this band, and I want to know how they got that giraffe to hold still. I don't know. I gotta see this. The other thing too, it's the elevator pitch. It's a 1-line thing, like you were doing an elevator pitch. And it can be something like, her voice sounds like a buzzsaw dipped in honey and lit on fire. All right, fuck. Okay, I'm clicking play. So if you're going to cold call, better have those things, one or all those things, in display. If you're going to have a photo, intrigue the shit out of me with that photo. And there's different forms of intriguing, make me have to hear what that is. Right.
Yep. Visually. Yeah. That's very cool. Very cool. Okay. I will make sure to include those notes in the show notes as well, all those links. And I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for being here, Barry. This is the end of the episode. Smartest. Quick message for you. If you want to find us at all, connect with us, other like-minded individuals, check us out on our Facebook group. You can find that at goproduce.ca/groups. I will be there. My name is Big Lou, and I want to see you there. We out.